Welcome to Archetypal Atrocities, the show where we play bottom-of-the-barrel Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetypes. Each week, Jules and myself will spin a wheel to determine what archetype we'll be playing for that week. In addition, we'll open 3 specially curated packs and pick a card from each of those packs to use in the deck for that week. We are allowed to play staples, but only if they support the archetype we get, and we can only play 1 copy of them in our decks. The winner of each week will get an extra pack they open for the next episode, while the loser will get to spin a loser wheel with multiple results on it, such as choosing your opponent's deck or moving an archetype from your wheel. The loser will also be able to play 2 copies of a staple as opposed to just 1. Now that that's out of the way, let's dig into some trash.
Hey there everyone. So last week I was shocked, amused, a little bit disgusted, and in the end, can't say I'm surprised that I'm here. That surprisingly probably was actually the worst deck on the wheel. Maybe I had just completely misjudged it, but that felt really, really bad. Granted, I don't really know how to play the deck very well, and my hands were remarkably bricky, but, it happened. And that's really all there is to say about it. I can't even say I feel bad about it. That's just what happens. So, we were the loser, which means we do get an advantage here. And as I mentioned last week, if I do get to pick my own deck, which I do, which means I will actually not be picking my own deck, and although it will not be relevant by the time you see this, I will be letting people on Twitter decide my deck for this week, or at least trying to. If people don't ever respond, I guess I'll just pick my own eventually, but I'll come back in just a moment, in your time at least, to let you know what I'm actually playing. So, let's see.
It feels good to be back in the winner circle with our Ancient Gear victory. We're tied up in the series again, I believe, which feels very nice even series. I played a lot of Ancient Gears. I know how to play the deck. One of the few decks I do know how to play very well because I play the deck a lot in Duel Links. Tried to play in the TCG. Of course, it's awful in the TCG, which is why it's on the wheel in the first place. Let's go ahead and spin what we get. We won, so no any fancy wheel for us, just an extra booster pack. But for the week, we will be playing, it looks like, something cool. Symphonic Warrior. I do like the aesthetic of this archetype. It's probably not good, but this will be an interesting one. First Pendulums, that's going to be fun.
Well, I left my deck choice up to Twitter, and after a very rigorous selection process, we have landed on Vampire of all decks, and I'm pretty eager to see how that works out. I don't think they're going to be a very strong deck, but they should at very least be interesting. They've gotten decent bits of more modern support, so even if they're not good, they should at least have cards to make. And I've played a few of them in my old Zombie World deck, so Vampire Sucker is a cool link, better than most things I've summoned in this entire series, so a promising start. But let's take a look at these packs and see what we got. And hey, Dark Hole's pretty good. You really can't ask for much more than a Dark Hole, especially since we were the losers, which means we're going to get to have 2 copies of Dark Hole, which, that's pretty good. Not a ton here, I think vampires have a field spell, so the terraforming might be an option here. I don't know if duality is going to be that great. And the last pack, we've got Dugaris. I don't know if we can make rank 4s very easily, but if we can, Dugaris is pretty cool. Other than that, Card of Sanctity is funny, Fairy Box is, pretty decent, Smashing Ground is removal. Yeah, we've got stuff here, and we can definitely make this work for sure.
Alright, and let's go ahead and rip open our first packs. We're on Symphonic Warrior, so it's nice Pendulum support, maybe Spell and Trap support. Let's see what we can get. Cosmic Cyclone is very nice Spell and Trap removal. Night Assailant's also pretty nice. Execute on Schedule is very funny. Interesting pack. For our second pack, looks like Black Hole of Heaven's pretty nice. Magical Hat's also not bad. One Day of Peace actually could be good. Overall, I can't complain about this pack. And for our third pack, Cyberjaw, that's very funny. Witches of the Faith, also good, so is Sangan, but I feel like we gotta play Cyberjaw. That card is too cool to not play. Alright, and we are on our last pack. Anything cool in the close? You got a Synchro. I don't think Symphonics can make Synchro monsters, but we'll see. Overall, though, interesting selection of cards. I don't think there's any level 8s for trading. I also don't think Symphonics are normal monsters, so... Actually, no, I don't think Black Card needs normal. I forget. Either way, also Witch and Sangan, both nice. We'll probably play one of those most likely, but overall, decent pack opening. Let's go ahead and toss a new book and see what we can do.
All right, and here's my deck list, and I'm honestly not sure how to feel. Vampire definitely has something of like a unified gimmick going on. They want to revive your opponent's monster, turn it into a vampire, then use that to make their big bunguses. The problem is that like a lot of the bunguses really just kind of suck. So like I'm mostly just running them at one ofs, like Vamp, Voivode, and Grace all at one because like situationally a lot of these cards are really good, but they kind of require setup, and a lot of the really good setup is stuff like, Unizombie, Mizuki, Gazuki, all the other zombie stuff that we have basically said we're not going to use for this series because it wouldn't be, within the spirit of things. If every zombie archetype on the wheel could have all of the fun zombie support, where's the fun in that? That said, I don't think this deck is dead in the water, especially with the spell trap lineup. Like, I've got an actual, counter trap for one. The field spell stream's pretty dope, and I have multiple ways to get it out. It's just going to be a pretty bricky deck, I feel like. That's just really what it comes down to. The deck will kind of live or die by its draws. I'm probably not going to pilot it the best. I'm probably going to miss some, maybe to a more accomplished vampire pilot, obvious play lines. Maybe my deck is just built absolutely terrible. I genuinely don't know how you'd actually go about building these guys pure in a way that's actually, consistent. I went with keeping a high density of the small guys because there's a decent bit of level modulation. Like all of the Xyzes, or at least guys like the zombie vampire, can be made by using your opponent's stuff and level modulating it. So there's options here, but I'm not going to sugarcoat this one. I have no clue how it's going to go. It's either going to be really fun, really bad, who knows. I'm glad I didn't have to run Vampire Baby. If this was Cloudian, I'd be running probably at least 1 or 2 copies of Vampire Baby because I just ran out of slots, but thank God we're not there, and that's all I can really ask for.
Alright, and here we are. This is a deck profile. A lot of these cards are very weird and awkward, so I don't really want to go too into detail with these. I'm going to keep it kind of light and breezy. Our staples, playing Cyberjar because it's funny, Exile the Force because we're Pendulum, usually we can Pendulum summon it. Sangan because it switches out basically every card in the deck. Bases is just a level 1 tuner. DJs are 8 scale, and then it has some weird normal summon effect. It's one of the ways you can kind of take it out of the Pendulum scale and put it onto the field for your Link and Synchro plays. This one also is a level 2 tuner. Its effect is basically nothing. Guitar lets you special summon straight from the deck by discarding a card, which is very nice. And then if it's ever normal summon, you can just special summon a Symphonic Warrior in your graveyard, which will never happen because he's almost all Pendulums. Guitar's pretty okay. You can target it and another Symphonic Warrior and turn both to the hand, so you can kind of reset your Pendulum scales this way. And then you can also just special summon it for free if you have the field spell. Mike's is one of the main things we want to fetch out from the deck. It's one of the easiest ways to make it synchros. And then we got Synthesis, which is the search for the deck on a flip monster. Till effect's not really too relevant. Concentrating Kern, so let me explain this, because normally we don't allow staples, but me and Jules decided that it would be very funny if we allowed cards with Arch featuring the archetype on it, so that's why this is in the deck, and will be in any other future decks. So if we get like Dark Scorpions or something, we're allowed to play cards like Trap Dust Suit, stuff like that. Cosmic, because since we won last week, we got an extra pack, so just kind of nice spell and trap removal. Through the continuous spell, basically whenever an effect of a monster is activated, it gets a counter, and you can move 3 to just search out any Symphonic Warrior monster. And then if one's ever normal special summon, you can add the field spell, so it's basically a free field spell search, which is pretty nice. And then the last of the archetype is the field spell, which pretty much it gets counters and boosts the attack of each Symphonic Warrior by 100 for each counter. And then you can move 5 or 7 either deal burn damage or banish cards on the field. Generic Pendulum, you have Ignite Reload, which is basically just a better reload, where you can just pretty much just get a free mulligan, which is nice. Pendulum Halt, since we're playing a lot of Pendulum monsters, we pretty much have access to the Pot of Greed. Speaking of, we have Pot of Riches, where we can turn the 3 Pendulum monsters from the deck, from the graveyard or face up extra deck into the deck, and draw 2 cards. Pendulum Treasures, which pretty much just lets us take out a Pendulum monster from the extra deck. Waverang is just fun generic support because we can actually use it for its search effect and also just accidental burn. And 1 Pulse Mine, we also played this last week in Ancient Gears, which pretty much just makes all monsters go to the defense position if they attack, as long as you have a machine monster, which all of these are. In the exo, it's pretty generic. Gleeful Genius is a Link 2, Link 2. Same with Great Fly, just kind of give boosts and also give us some arrows, because we do need these, because if we spot someone from the extra deck, we do need the zones. And then we have the Pendulum Synchro Monster, which pretty much we can add a card from the extra deck back to our hand, and then we can also destroy a card on the field if we have the field spell. Also, a Pendulum 10 on the field, whether or not we actually get to use this as a scale is probably pretty unlikely because the scales would probably already be full, but if not, we have that on the back. Anyways, that is the deck. It should be a fun one. First, Pendulum. I don't play Pendulum often, so this will be a fun experience. And here we are. I almost said the wrong show name, episode 7 of Archetypal Atrocities.
Woohoo!
So I know that I'm on a deck that's a first for the series, which that will be fun. A lot of firsts lately. Whether or not it'll be good is a different story.
And my deck was chosen by the people. Last episode I mentioned if I spun the pick your own deck wheel, I would let Twitter decide, and sure enough, the next episode it came up, so Twitter picked my deck, for better or for worse.
So we'll see what happens. Will the fine people of Twitter give you a deck that can win? Let's find out. But what they can give you is this rock, paper, scissors win. Oh! No! I got two
Totally
cards.
making a comeback.
Oh, sucks.
Now, I feel like maybe this deck is like better going second, but I feel like I should hedge my bets and try and go first anyways, because going first hands are generally going to be smoother.
True.
Like, I think it's easier for this deck to have nothing to do going second and then just crumple, so I'm going to go first.
Alright. Going first.
Even if it might like be better going second.
Alright, this is a playable hand. I don't mind this hand.
Kind of a going second hand. Oh well, it's fine. This is something, alright.
Love to hear that.
Yeah, like I knew this was kind of like how this deck would kind of go, where hands kind of just need to like have all of the things in them, and
Yeah.
I drew 2 of the things, but I didn't draw the elusive third thing. So the hand just kind of like, well, yeah, maybe going first was just a really big misplay. Oh well, because his hand would definitely be it still wouldn't be great going second because it just has like spell cards in it that were like, oh hey, if I go second, but.
To be fair, I think a lot of the decks we play on this, so I'll bad either way.
I'm going to end my turn.
Ooh, set one pass. Hate to see it. Okay. Oh, okay. I can. This made my hand a lot cooler.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I can do some cool stuff now. Okay, that's actually a really cool draw. Okay. What is the best way to do this? Alright, well, I will immediately reveal what I'm playing, and I will do the first ever activation of a pendulum scale in this, so with activating Symphonic Warrior Guitar.
Oh boy.
I will then scale up this Symphonic Warrior DJJ. I don't know why there's 2 J's. Oh, that's their gimmick. They have like 2 extra letters for some reason randomly. I never noticed that.
Incredible.
What a strange trope to have. Okay. I will then normal summon a Symphonic Warrior Drums. I will activate its effect to declare 1 attribute and select a face-up Symphonic Warrior monster on the field, and it becomes that attribute. And fun fact, this deck has 0 synergy whatsoever with attributes. But what that will do is trigger my Symphonic Warrior DJJ, since a monster effect was activated of a Symphonic Warrior. I can special summon it from the Pendulum Zone. So I will opt to do that, and then I will activate its effect. When it's special summon, I can add a Symphonic Warrior from deck. No, I can special summon one and face down defense position, which I will do. I will choose the... where is it? This one. Basically a searcher. I will then activate the Pendulum effect of Symphonic Warrior Guitar by discarding a card to special summon a Symphonic Warrior from my deck. I'll discard the bases, and we will special summon the microphone. And then I will now tune for a synchro summon.
Oh, what you got?
The Symphonic Warrior rocks with 2 Ks.
Love it.
And when it's a special summon, I can add a face-up pendulum monster into my hand. I will bring the mics back to hand. For my next trick, I will scale it. And then I will activate the Wandering Eyes, or Wavering Eyes.
Oh boy. I remember this card.
I think this card is so cool. I love Wavering Eyes. And you will take 500 burn damage, and I can add a pendulum monster from my main deck to my hand. And I will add the... what is it? This one. The Symphonic Warrior Guitarist. And let's scale this up. I will activate its pendulum effect to target another Symphonic Warrior and return both it and both to the hand. I will target the DJ, so let's go to hand. So will this. I will scale up DJ again, and I will activate its pendulum effect to flip up a face down Symphonic Warrior monster. I will flip the Symphonic Warrior Synthesis. I will add any Symphonic Warrior from my deck to my hand, and I will choose. I'll add a microphone. I will scale up the microphone. And this goes away. And another first, I will activate the Pendulum Summon. I'll bring the guitars and I guess just the microphone. Unfortunately, has to go in the extra monster zone because we all know why.
Yeah.
And then for my next trick, is this worth making? Probably not. Is it? This is probably worth it. I will link these two away. Oh, this is not a pendulum monster. For a great fly. So now, with everything accomplished, I will go to combat.
Alright.
I will swing this for 1600 into this. Nope, it's not like a 2K defender.
It is, in fact, a 0 defender. It's a retainer.
Nice. Out of the Duel Links. Vampire is interesting. I know this deck doesn't Duel Links, not so much TCG. Alright, let's swing in for 19.
19.
And I will swing in for 3,000.
And 3.
Right. I will go to main 2. I will set a card and end my turn. That is probably the best this deck will ever look in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Alright, moving to main phase 1. I'll activate one of my pack cards.
Oh god. That's really bad. I can't even make my thing into a pendulum. Yeah. That will happen. So this
Hooray!
is destroyed. This is destroyed.
Now what do I do?
But I do get to add a wind monster to my hand, and I will add the synthesis. You fool, you've given me the searcher again. Was it worth it to kill 3 monsters?
Activate the effect of Vampire Retainer, sending a familiar to grave, and hand to, actually, is that what I want to do? Probably. Yes. And then I will summon out the Retainer.
The Duel Links Classic. This is just taking me back like 2015 playing Duel Links.
I will search a spell trap.
Okay.
I'm going to add Vampire's Desire to hand.
Seems good.
I'm then going to use Familiar's Effect in the graveyard.
Okay.
To send Scarlet Scourge to grave to special summon out Familiar.
Okay.
I'll take another 5 to search a monster to hand.
Want to low on them life.
Yeah, very low actually.
It's weird seeing like vampires like actually have to like think, because in Duel Links you just instant get Grace out of the deck. But, like in this, there's like so many other ones. There's actual decisions
Yeah,
in TCG.
and like Grace isn't great right now when I only have less than 2,000
Yeah.
life points. I didn't even look at her because I remembered that part of her text. I was like, nope, I already know that's not gonna go great. I guess the answer is I will add Vampire Voivode to hand. He seems big and scary.
uh, I know this card's new because the dueling book picks are still like 140p.
I will now activate Vampire's Desire.
Okay.
I will send Familiar to graveyard, but it'll be banished instead because of its effect.
Okay.
So, banish to then summon the Scarlet Scourge Engrave.
Okay.
And Scarlet Scourge, I can pay 1,000 to special summon targeted vampire in my graveyard. Nope, sadly I don't have the setup for that. I'm gonna activate. Oh, this isn't the field spell, right? This is Vampire's Domain.
I do always get tripped up. When I play Duel Links, I play this like very briefly. I always thought this was the field spell for some reason.
Battle phase. I'm gonna attack for 22.
I'll take 22.
I'll gain 22.
Oh, that's right. It does that.
And I'll attack for 12 and gain 12.
Take 12.
Main 2. I will tribute. Yeah. And then this one goes banish instead. I will normal summon Voivode.
Yep.
I will target 2 monsters in your graveyard, but summon them in defense, but their effects are negated, so I will take my only 2 options. And I believe that turns them into zombies too, right? No? Does it not?
Apparently not.
I thought they usually did that. Huh.
It's kind of weird, actually.
I can't summon the why does Voivode steal 2 if you can't make the link monster with them? That's the whole point. You're supposed to make sucker. What? Why aren't they zombies? Lame.
Can't have vampires.
I was gonna
be too
make
good.
sucker. Dang it. I could make the I guess they're like tribute fodder, but like I don't have any more tribute monsters in hand, so I guess that's what they're meant to be, but like why aren't they zombies? Like that This is one of the newer support cards too. It has no excuse.
It's weird too because it wants him. It's like, okay, tribute fodder, but then like you already used your normal summon to do the effect.
Yeah, like Voivode is the guy you're tributing for. Like
Oh, vampires.
Well, I guess that's all I've got, so because I can't illegally make sucker with 2 non-vampires.
Okay. I will set a card, and I will activate DJJ to flip it up. It is the Synthesis, so we can add a Symphonic Warrior from deck to hand. I'll also trigger DJJ to special summon it from the field. I guess I just need a high scale. I think I just add another copy of it to hand. That's probably the right decision. Right. And this will be special summoned. Its effect will be activate, or I can special summon one from my deck, but it's face down. Probably just another searcher. Bang boom. I will link these 2 away for a Cleafort Genius. I will then activate another Pendulum Summon. Oh wait. I can't do its cool effect though. I can't. I guess I only adds microphone, but still, I actually could theoretically trigger the effect of Genius. But that's definitely not the right decision, so I won't do that. It has to be when it points. Yeah, it has to be points to. Damn it! Why is this card fair? It's Cleef. Okay, which is the right one to summon here? Probably just microphone, yeah. Oh, wait, I need to activate this first. Let me just cheat real fast. This pendulum summon with 1 scale.
Yeah.
Alright, there, and then I will bring this one out. Fortunately, it's only. What if they have a level 1 too? The only synchro they have is level 7, and they don't have any way to make it. Actually, it's going to attack actually. And it started raining again. You might be able to hear that on the microphone.
Nice.
It's raining hard. What the fuck?
Wow.
Can you hear that?
Not really, I don't think, no.
I think I might pick up on. It's like a storm just started out of nowhere.
Wow, crazy.
What the fuck? Okay. Okay. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm a bit distracted now. It was nothing, and it just started fucking pouring out of nowhere. What the fuck?
Jeez.
Let me look outside real quick. Oh my god. That's only an archetypal atrocities. Alright. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna give me action deck. Yeah, so I can't actually this is such a bad card. Oh wait a minute, it has an effect. 7 face on the field increases the number of cards in your hand. Ah! I can't do anything with that. You can move this play from your graveyard. Why is it only in the hand? I don't have anything in the hand. Okay. Let's go to combat.
Mm-hmm.
I will kill my brothers.
Gotcha.
I will kill. Is there any other effect? Unaffected by spell and trap card effects. That's random. Yeah. Kill this.
Wow.
I will attack into the voivode.
All right. How much? Is it still a 3K?
It is. It is not a 3K. It's 25. But
Okay.
for the first time, I will declare the damage step.
Uh-oh.
And activate. So, when I was making this deck, I knew there was a card with Symphonics in the art, and we talked a little bit. We're like, should we allow cards to have the archetype in the arc, even if they're generic? And we're like, yeah, that'd be funny.
Mm-hmm.
And here it goes. This card has been the bane of my existence in Duel Links. I will activate the concentrating card. The only reason I knew that because this card played everywhere in Duel Links, so I knew Symphonic Warriors were on this card. That's why I asked about it.
All right.
So it will gain the defense it has. So it will be a 4,000. Yeah, 4,000 attack coming in.
I'll take 12, and that's your last attack for the turn.
Oh, I didn't finish reading this card. Okay, so you still have these then. I forgot only. Because only it can attack.
Oh, okay. Right.
Oops.
Whoopsie.
Oopsie doopsie. I look like a fool. Okay. Also, rain update. The rain basically stopped. Even the weather thought that was anticlimactic. It's the sun is out. What the fuck? What the fuck?
You know, I really hate that it's both. This was the draw for turn, and that my hand has nothing else to do, so I have to do this. But exciting. I just have to ask you: can you do it a third time?
Oh.
I was the loser, so I got 2 copies of it. So.
Yeah. I don't have any extra generic links either. That's actually really rough. I don't think anything has an effect when it's destroyed. No. Damn, that actually really sucks.
I wish I had literally anything else I could do. Genuinely.
You can gain an extra normal summon. That's huge.
Yeah, right? Like, I have so many normal summons, not a monster summon with it.
Right, well, I do the field spell, which pretty much when an effect is activated, it gets a counter, and it can do things when I have counters.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I can't do a whole lot. I can, I guess, once again, pendulum summon back my dead dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, these are supposed to be face up. I don't think they were. Oops. Okay. I can do that. Yeah, this is 70. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will I will activate this effect to banish it to just increase the level by the cards in the hand. I'm only doing that just to get a counter.
Mm-hmm.
I misplayed slightly. Oops, oh well. I'll just live with it. I'll
Yeah, so
attack
I'm
with
taking
25.
25. Actually, wouldn't it be 26 because your Field Spell has a counter on it?
Oh yeah. I honestly didn't even read that effect on it. Yeah.
I thought that you were going for the counters for it. I was just like trying to like eke out as much damage as you can while I'm shields down.
Alright, 2. I will just end my turn. Also,
All
to the
right.
YouTube viewers, I realized I didn't do the effect of Rock's Warrior DJ. I could have had lethal, but I just didn't read I was in a hurry. And I'm just going to live with my misplay.
Come on, DB, start turn.
There we go.
Okay. Can I physically do anything with
Third
this
dog
5-star I drew for turn?
Uh...
I cannot, because it's a 5-star I drew for turn. I may have 2 normals, but neither of them can make a 5-star. I'm gonna go second this time, I think.
Yeah, this is definitely a go.
Now watch me get the going first hand.
Uh,
I got a hand, alright.
I also got a hand. I want to call it a good hand. It's so good, in fact. This might be a familiar from about 10 minutes ago.
Oh boy. Alright, let's see what I can even remotely begin doing here. Hand is full of so many unsummonable cards.
That sounds like vampires, alright. It's kind of funny that vampires at one point had the best tribute summon in the game. I forget, it was like vampire. It was the one from like the third set.
Yeah, like he's not in the deck, sadly. He got a little bit power crept.
Oh, did he? Same.
But like the one where it was like the bane of Playground Yu-Gi-Oh and everything.
You just keep coming back. Okay. Sandu. I think I actually just pass here.
Dang.
I can do some setup, but doesn't actually accomplish anything.
Actually, yeah, that's probably fine. I'm going to tribute summon
Ooh.
Shadow Vampire.
I've never seen this card in my life. Okay.
When Shadow Vampire is normal summon, like a special A Dark Vampire from my hand or deck, it cannot attack. Monsters cannot attack except for that monster.
That seems pretty good. It kind of bothers me that vampire's at the end and not the start.
That is a bit annoying, actually, yeah.
It shouldn't bother me as much as it does, but it kind of does.
I wish there was like a way I could sequence this better, because I could do some dumb stuff, but alas, I must play fair. I'm going to use that effect to... Yeah, I'm going to special summon out Scarlet Scourge.
Okay.
And then pay 1,000 to special summon the Retainer in Graveyard.
Okay.
When Retainer is special summoned, I can pay 500 to search up a spell trap. This is tough. Because there's 2 really good options here. I just don't know which one's better. Because that's the one downside of you having this open is I am not really sure which is better against you right now.
The beauty of bricking.
I think I'll take Vampire's Domain. I think that's probably the right call.
Seems good.
I'll activate Domain.
Yep.
So I will go to Battle Phase.
Yep.
I will attack your face down with Scarlet Scourge.
Alright, luckily it's one of my pack cards. It's a Sandgan, so I'll activate its effect.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, you also get the effect now because you get to yoink it.
Yep, I will indeed get to yoink it.
Which is the better option here? I'll add.
I'm glad that you took a moment to activate this effect because I almost cheated. I almost attacked my other monsters, but I cannot thanks to Shadow Vampire.
Yeah,
so I will end battle and grab Sandgan.
Easy was.
Wow. Moving to main 2, I will declare the effect of Domain. I will pay 5 to tribute to normal summon Vampire Vamp. Sadly, I don't get his fun on summon effect because you don't have any monsters for me to steal, but he's like a repeatable relinquish, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, It's definitely not bad.
And is that everything I've got? Uh, Sadly, I think it is, because I don't have any level modulation.
Tragic.
So I will end my turn.
Alright. Standby main. That is a draw. Okay. I will activate the field spell.
Mm-hmm.
I'll activate General Probe, which is just another thing that can get counters, and I can move 3 from the field to pretty much search.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will not put it there. I'll put it here. Let's not be silly. To not cover my scale. Okay.
I might try actually putting together a zombie deck in TCG because, like, with the generic zombie support, this might actually be fun to play.
Yeah.
Because like it just like it's so hard to get the material for this deck is the problem, but
Yeah.
Gozuki, Mizuki, all of the friends, they can help that pretty easily.
Yeah. Vampires are fun. Pure. Not, well, pure as in you can actually play
Yeah.
generic support. Alright, I will start. I will normal summon bases. I will scale up guitar.
hmm
I will activate the effect of the card to discard a card until someone one from my deck. I'll send this graveyard as much as I don't want to. These will both get counters. Spell summon DJ. And when it's normal spell summon, I can add one face down. I will do that. I will add the. Actually, wait. Field zone. Okay, so since I have the field spell, I can just spell summon it straight up, and then these two will get counters. I will do that. I'll spell summon the mic.
hmm
I will use the effect of bases to select itself to increase its level by 2.
hmm
And then these will get counters. Go ahead and tune up for a synchro. I will activate the effect to add a face up from my extra deck to my hand. And then these will get counters.
So many counters.
Can't stop. First time you've seen counters do something relevant. Okay. Scale up the mics.
hmm
I will pendulum 1. Bring out the DJJ.
hmm
Activate the effect of amplifier by removing 7 counters.
hmm
Let's do like this. And then I can now banish cards you control equal to the number of Symphonic Warrior cards on the field, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 5.
Right, I will activate Threatening Roar.
That is a good card. Fortunately, got nothing to stop that, so yeah. Machines have been successfully afraid by a monster. And then the whole field's banished. Actually, I can also banish from your graveyard, so I'll banish the retainer and then the board.
Gotcha.
Now it's my turn, the Dark Hole. Revenge. Alright, I suppose I will just end the turn since I can't attack.
Alrighty.
I feel like that might be a second threatening war.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
just get it out the way.
That feeling. Probably. I don't want to overcommit, but at the same time, I guess yeah, let's just do it. I will activate guitar by discarding a second general probe. I will just special summon I'll special summon guitars. And these will get counters. And then since I have the field spell, just since it's special summon, I can tell it on Pendulum Zone and turn to hand. I will return the guitar to hand. These will get counters. And then I will just pass the turn.
All right. Well.
You had a third threat anymore? I will activate the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Use its effect. I'll just go DJ.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring out a... Let's bring up this dude. And then these are counters. And I'll activate Amplifier. I'll move 5 counters.
Mm-hmm.
To inflict 300 for each Symphonic Warrior card on the field, which is 5. So 7 times 3, 21.
Alright.
This isn't a hard one, but if I could loop this, that I can actually just burn. I don't think I can, though, unfortunate. Let's go to combat.
Alright.
Swing for 11.
I'm going to special summon Fraulein.
Yep. Okay. I guess that's... Make it happen.
Alright. So, you're attacking with...
The Synchro.
Yeah. So how much is it currently? Because Amplifier has no counter, so is it just a 25? Or do one of your mobs just boost it?
Let's boost it to 35. Or 4,000.
Alright. To 4,000?
15. Yeah, 4,000.
Alright. I will give her 42.
Wait, I can't do that. Never mind.
Hmm?
I can't do that. I already tackled the monster.
Oh, right.
Oops.
So, in that case, I will regain that.
So it's just
So
35.
Alright, in that case, I will pay 6.
Right.
So she's a 26.
We could pay a little more. 10 23.
I'll pay 4.
And the best are too low. So let's go to main 2. Tune these 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I will synchro out another one of these.
Mm-hmm.
I will activate the effective general probe that I forgot existed. When a Sparkle was no spell summon, I can just add a copy of the field spell to hand, so I will do that. There it is. And I'll also use the rock effect to put a one back to hand. I'll choose this one.
Mm-hmm.
These will get counters. Okay, I will just pass the turn.
Okie dokie. Okay. That's a draw. I'm going to activate Tribute to the Doomed.
Okay.
I'm going to discard Voivode to pop one of the synchros.
Alright, to check it goes.
I will then activate Vampire Takeover.
Yep.
It will both activate the field spell and then res the Voivode.
Okay.
Where is Kingdom? Sadly, Voivode does not get his funny effect because he's not being normaled. Goes to grave. I'm tempted to move her to attack, but I think that's a mistake. So instead, I will attack into Synthesis with a 32.
Boop.
And I think that's all I've got.
Alright. Stand by main. Since I have the field spell, I can special summon this from my hand. I will activate its effect to return a card in my Pendulum Zone to hand. I will return the... Let's do this to the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
These will gain counters. Then General Probe will trigger. I can add the field spell. I can just do this. I'll activate General Probe by removing 3 counters from it and add a Symphonic Warrior from my deck to my hand.
Mm-hmm.
We'll add the funky boombox. And then this to boost, let's just say, the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
And then these will trigger the counters. I activate Synthesis, where I can banish this card and target the banished warrior monster and special summon it. I'm not normal still, so I will normal summon this guitar synthesis.
Mm-hmm.
I will link these two off. Let's do probably just Great Fly.
Mm-hmm.
I will initiate a pendulum summon.
Mm-hmm.
I will special summon this. And I will special summon this guy. Alright. Then since Warrior Box is special summon, I can add Boombox back to hand. This will trigger this stuff. When dueling book will out. There we go. Alright. I will activate Amplifier by removing 5 counters. To burn you 5, 6, 7 by 3 for 21.
Alright. That should kill me. Because now I no longer have Fraulein life points to mess with you with.
Indeed.
Because you've got math for days.
Yeah. We got this deck.
Because, like, your rocks, they're over 28, right, at this point?
So what happened?
Are the rocks over 28?
No, but I have the turn still.
Okay.
So I can just activate that.
Yeah.
Actually, does that kill 4,000 minus?
Because I'll be at 9, because you're doing 21, so you don't need much.
Okay, so you'd be at 9. Cause I only attack
Yeah,
once.
we'll play that real quick.
That,
So I'm at 8, so.
yeah, so then I go to battle and I swing with this 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's 45. Yeah, I think that's enough. I forgot about Great Fly.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you should be good, because I can pump in 700 more, so I can get up to 35. So
in 3,000.
and that would leave me at 100, so.
You could top deck Darkle. Technically not over. Very technically.
Yeah, I think it actually is very much over.
What is your top deck Darkle? I just morbid curiosity.
It was Vampire Grace.
That definitely wouldn't help.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not expect Symphonic Warriors to go off the way they did.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Vampires, they performed it back about how I expected them to. Like, I can't say I'm surprised or disappointed.
Yeah, this, at least for me, definitely overperformed, because when I was, like, building the deck, when I got this, I was like, do these things do anything? Because it's like, they don't really have effects that, like, really synergize. They're just kind of bodies, but against a tribute
So many
summon
extra
deck,
cards I just could not make.
so many. Vampires just have, like, a random, just huge assortment of extra decks for some reason. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I think because there were links, there was a tribute summon deck, so I was like, why do they have so many links?
It's like it's kind of interesting where it's like they have some theft effects, and most of their Xyzs are like, oh, if you use your opponent's monster, use whatever level you want, basically. Yeah. So that's kind of fun, but it doesn't help the deck very much. The deck needs a lot more to be even remotely close to playable, I feel.
Yeah, it definitely needs that outside support, because
like Retainer and Familiar are both really good, but they're really hard to get going. The deck just lacks any real built-in proper play starters.
Yeah, it like needs like a good like normal summon to kind of get going. Anyways, so this was fun. We'll be back next week. Jules will have another spin at the loser wheel, and
this time Twitter won't be picking my deck.
Yes, you failed her, Twitter. You failed. I mean, to Twitter's credit, they definitely could have given you a much worse archetype.
Oh, for sure. Vampire was a fun one. They definitely aimed for like giving me something interesting to play, if a bit bad.
Yeah. I came in expecting. I was like, I maybe talked to me about it. I didn't really look because I didn't want to spoil it. So I was just like, I wonder if they're gonna go for the fun fan favorite archetypes. I know a lot of people love vampires, or just the fun. We're gonna make her play a terrible bottom of the barrel deck, and it was a form, which that's cool. I'm kind of glad because I don't like vampires that much. I'm happy to not play it. But we'll be back next week with more bad decks, more. Who knows what the next week? I think I took the lead now with this one. I think I broke the tie. So that's.
I think so.
I think this is 7. Yeah, I think it was So I've taken the lead in this arbitrary scoring system that doesn't matter. But so another fun one. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Ooh.